Hello everyone, this is Mayor Lionel Jordan bringing you another segment of the Mayor's Corner. Today we've got a real special guest because we're going to talk about one of my most favorite places in the whole wide world, which is the Fayetteville Public Library. And we have David Johnson here, who's the Executive Director of the Fayetteville Public Library. So,
thank you, Mayor.
David, you're going to take it away and tell us a little bit about that wonderful place down there where dreams come true.
It's a beautiful facility filled with beautiful people and the materials and the collections. It's a testament to this community and just the wonderful color and flavor of life we have here. You can find it all in the walls of the Fayetteville Public Library.
Well, you became the executive director a few months ago. What has that been like?
Yeah, well, I tell people, for the first little bit, life was going at about 1,000,000 miles an hour, and so every month it might slow down just a little. So it's manageable. It's manageable now.
So you found that very exciting, though, down there.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, coming from a background in business and in corporation, kind of returning to my roots and more of a service-oriented facility and occupation, I feel a lot better about myself, what I do, and what I'm giving back to the community.
Talk to us a little bit today about some of the programs we've got going on down there. I know there's the summer reading club.
Yeah, boy, that summer reading program is going through the roof. I mean, we've set records across the board. I got a couple of numbers. We've got over 4,000 people registered in the summer reading program. 2,795 youth are participating. And 337 teens. And what's really exciting is it's the first year we've rolled the adult reading program in, and we've got 450 adults participating in our program.
I'm one of those, by the way.
And you were there for the kickoff when we had 1,000 kids in the library, and it was just a joyous occasion. There was so much energy there. And then I believe you were also there at the animal petting zoo area, and that was in cooperation with the city. It's
a great day.
The turnout is just phenomenal, and we try to offer something every day, whether it's baby bookworms or some sort of programming, and it's just a joy to walk around and see all the kids. They're the future.
Absolutely.
It's been a great summer.
I go into that library, and every time I go into a library, but particularly our library, it just really just almost takes my breath away to come in there and just see all those books and the excitement that's in that library. You just see the children, see the adults, and everybody's just, the first place I go is I go to the biographies. We were talking a little bit about that earlier. Like if you came into the library, what's the first thing you're going to see?
First thing you walk in, you see a great big welcome sign. This is your public library. So then we move into that media magazine area, all the videos, the DVDs, and Blu-ray discs. That's our #1 circulating item. And my office has been moved so that I have a great big window and I can look out on that collection. I counted the other day, there were 30 people browsing through that collection. And they circulate, just move through the roof. So, but then you come there, and then off to the right-hand side, you've got that beautiful youth department and the children's library, and those folks do such a wonderful job of keeping that energy focused. And we're having some problems with right when the kids walk in, there's that Star Island where all the computers are, and the parents are saying, like, once they hit those computers, I can't get them to the books. So it's a good problem to have. So that's what you see when you walk right in.
I know that I go down there on Saturdays. I usually get down there around 10:30. I'll go to the farmer's market, and I'll go down to the library, and then they'll have the children's reading time. And last weekend they had a concert, and it was just really, really quite wonderful.
It's the live entertainment that we've been able to bring in has just surpassed my expectations. There's so many people within this community who are willing to volunteer time and come and perform for the children or for the teens, and we've got some exciting stuff still to go. Summer program's still going for us.
What are some of the other things that's going to be going on for the rest of the summer?
So to wrap up the adult program that we've got this year, and it's called the Ancient Greeks Modern Lives series. At the end, on July 29th, the Aquila Theater from New York City will be here, and they will be doing stage readings of Greek plays. What we've tried to do with that program is draw some parallels and tie back our current modern day military experiences with those that the Greeks and in the ancients, they had the very same experience when they returned home. When Odysseus finally came home, the experiences he had, we can draw parallels to some of the emotional type of experiences that our modern day warriors have. So that's what that program is about. And the Aquila Theater will come and they're going to do some staged readings. It's going to be an exciting time. That's July 29th. We also have on August 1st, the children's summer reading finale will be, and we have, Grammy Award-winning Trout Fishing in America will be there playing inside the front of the children's library. It's going to be an exciting time. They're always fun to watch, and they do such a good job of getting those kids to wiggle and getting the kids to move.
Yeah.
So that's going to be exciting, and that's on August 1st. And then our third component of the reading program, our summer reading, was the teens. And so they're going to have a band called Surf de Soleil playing on August 2nd. And they're a local band. They've played before. It's a high-energy surf band music, and we're really looking forward to the turnout on August 2nd.
No, I was down there, and it's not just always just reading. I know that I was down there for a blues concert just about 3 weeks ago.
We do that mountain music series through the month of June, and we try to add a little bit of everything. We had some old traditional music with fiddle and guitar, and then we have a jazz band played, and we had a blues band played, and so it's just try to provide a little bit of something for everybody. And those were on Sundays, and those have been so successful. I'm wondering if we might want to make it 2 months of the summer where we provide a little Sunday entertainment in the afternoon.
I think that was really, and it was a packed house.
That's exciting, isn't it?
It had the juggler,
The youth services department, Lolly Greenwell and her team, they do such a good job of blending the different types of performers, whether they're jugglers or they're artists or they're puppeteers, or they just provide and for them, the summertime is Christmas. They are just full of energy, and it's exciting, and by August they're worn out. They need to catch their breath right before we start the school. So.
Let's talk a little bit about the NEH Challenge Grant. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the National Endowment for the Humanities Grant is a very prestigious award. They only give around 7 a year, and this was the first time a public library in Arkansas for sure has ever qualified for one. So the fact that they were willing to consider us was an honor in itself. The grant was a 3-to-1 challenge match, which said if we would raise $1.8 million, they would match with $6,000 or $600,000. So over the 5-year period, we were challenged with raising a set amount of money, and we would certify that amount, and then they would give us the match. And we were headed down to the lab. We're still in the home stretch. On July 31st is the last day for this 5th and final certification. But through the wonderful contribution of the Walker Family Foundation, they've helped us meet that match. What amazed me, not only was the wonderful gift, but we had started to appeal to the community to see if anyone in our community would be willing to contribute, and the donations just flowed in. I was just honored to be a part of an organization that the community supports the way it does. But so with the 1.8 million, we'll now get the full 600,000, and it'll help us establish a $2 million endowment for the humanities. We're anticipating having available to us about $70,000 a year that we will focus on humanities materials as well as authors and performers and things that are celebrate the humanities.
Now, I understand there's going to be a gala.
Oh, yeah. Well,
tell us a little bit about that.
The part of the grant program was they said, we're going to give you a little money to spend so that you can use it to help in your gift asking program. So we took some of that money, seed money, and we gave it to Larry Foley. the Emmy Award-winning
right.
documentary filmmaker. And the idea was we were going to create a documentary that celebrated Fayetteville and the rich tradition of Fayetteville in the history in honor of John Lewis. So that was how this all got started. And so Larry's been diligently putting together the film. We scored a major coup in getting Bill Clinton to narrate for us. And there's going to be a giant premiere screening of the film on October 19th at the library, and it's going to be a wonderful night. It'll be a formal evening. We're going to have a nice dinner. We're going to get to see the documentary. There's going to be an auction, live auctions. It's going to be it's beyond anything the library has done to date. So I tell the staff, I said, we've got the tiger by the tail now. So we've got to really stay laser beam focused on making it a real night celebration of the humanities, Fayetteville, John Lewis, and this community.
Wow. What do you see as the future plans of the library? What's some of the future plans?
Well, if we look back over time at what libraries meant to a community, and you go all the way back to Alexandria, where it was just an archive of the people. It wasn't a circulating collection, but it was just an archive. Today, we have more of a consumer-oriented circulating library where people can come and check out materials, and I call it they're consuming. They're taking in the materials and things. I think in the future we're going to be moving towards a library where you can also create materials. We're going to be able to go and create a documentary film of our own. Maybe we can go and create a soundtrack for a movie or pictures, or go and write books. So I think we're going to start to see a shift more towards creation that will match and work with consumption. The other thing I think we're going to see more of, and you've seen a good bit of it, is just programming. More places where people can come. They can either have small meetings. We're going to provide different types of entertainment or authors or things. It's just trying to reflect what the community is asking us to give them. And we're hearing we need more meeting space. We need more room for performers. We want to bring a group in and do this or that. And so I think both in creating and providing space for people to come and host their events is going to be something that we're going to be doing.
So in the future, we could look at a library expansion, actually.
Yes, sir. I went on vacation a couple of weeks ago, and the week before I left, our largest room, the Walker Room, we had 3 events in there that I say they were belly to back. There were so many people in there, and there were people outside wanting to get in, and I thought, we've got to do something to make sure anyone who wants to come to a program has the opportunity to see that program. And so, to your point, yes, I think we're going to be talking about an expansion sometime here in the future.
So it's not because the people aren't using it,
no,
is it?
That's a good problem to have.
Yes,
I tell people all the time, I said it's beautiful to see the fact that people are wanting in and we can't accommodate for them, and that they're asking us to give them some more. So it's a good problem for us to have.
Well, as we close today, is there anything you want to tell the people about the library?
Come see us. It is your library. It is fully supported by you, the people. We have a little bit of something for everybody, whether you're a baby bookworm or retired looking for genealogy information or whatever. We've got something for everyone. And the thing that I think we should be as proud of is just that hardworking staff down there. I mean, they come to work, they come do that work because they love it, and it's reflected in the smiles on their faces and the smiles of the people when they leave. My ultimate goal is, I want everyone to have the ultimate library experience every time they come in there. I want them to come in and just be blown away by their public library.
Wonderful. Well, it was wonderful to have you today.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you.
Folks, as we close today, the library, the Fayetteville Public Library, when we talk about crown jewels of this city, that is truly one of the crown jewels that we have. Because I know this, I am a reader. I have spent my life reading. When I have a spare moment, I read. I read every morning. I read through the day. Be a reader. Because if you are a reader, it opens up the doors to the future for you and your family. So come on down to the library and use this crown jewel, because whether you want to meet, whether you want to go to a concert, whether you want to check out a movie or a book, be a reader, be a part of this library, because really it's all about us together, and this library emphasizes that in a great way. So until I see you again, you have a great day, and I'll see you real soon.